Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Adam, and today we're here checking out a new early access launch title city builder game called Celestial Empire. Now, they did have a prologue out, was free, it's kind of a teaser. This is the, I guess you call the full version, but it is an early access title. Let's check out the roadmap real quick. You see right now, this is where we're at right here, quality of life and hotfixes. The game, once again, just launched. Now, soon they are going to have a new map and a garden type mechanic come out. Next up is a social group, which we'll go over when we start playing. So you have like peasants, your craftsmen and stuff like that, and rickshaws. And then finally will be combat. I understand that'll probably be the hardest thing to put in. So right now there's not any combat in the game. Still fun though for what they have. It is definitely has some unique takes. Let's go ahead and get started here. Now, we do have two maps here. We have the Path of Immortals and the Thousand Wave Garden. This is considered a quote-unquote hard map. And this one is a normal and big. We'll just go with the hard map here. Go with standard. Now for the difficulty levels, you have your different starting funds. You have your wood, planks, everything, how much you can start with and have to get started, how fast you get those industries going. But there's more that it doesn't show. As we go forward, you can see that you have like border size that'll change how big your plank or the main city you build. Storage building capacities, all these other things. You have to build more, which increase your upkeep and all this other stuff. We'll just start with normal for now. And then we will go with, how about less guidance? I figure most people probably with the channel are familiar with city building games. So let's go with less guidance. Now, we have our blanket, different Chinese drama characters. So we'll go with this guy. We're gonna go with Tiger. And red, because we're gonna be fire tigers, because that's me. Come on, give us something good here. Doesn't really matter. Shall he? That'll work. This isn't me cutting the video. This is every time it loads, it does this and skips.
To raise buildings as marvelous as divine palaces.
Yeah, I have a beast of a computer and it still doesn't want to do that. So.
A prophecy has been told, menacing calamities threaten us, and only a true hero can put them to a proper end. Only will he be born in a glorious Chinese city that hasn't been founded yet.
This is so there is an opening video, which has it sounds like a Kung Fu Panda character, which I didn't show. Then there's this, and now we're going to get to the next one where he's using these and thous. And it's like they're all different characters and they're all like different level. I'm pretty sure it's just people in the studio just recording their own voices. But first of all, guys, these and thous, that's a European thing, not ancient China.
The Emperor has spoken.
You'll see.
In recognition of thy incredible skills, he granted thou the important title of a new provincial governor. Step up, Nuwa's dear child.
They don't even tell you who Nu is.
Behold, that is the destiny thou been made for.
Thou been made for, thou were made for. They says,
First, Your Excellency, you must build a yamen, the heart of the entire city.
So down here in the bottom corner, we can rotate the map with Q and E. We do have seasons. We have a whole bunch of information here thrown at us. We're going to go ahead and hide that. I don't really care. So your yamen here is your center of your city, okay? You can see it gives you this square. This is your buildable area. You can extend this, but it costs upkeep to build the outposts and everything. And it's pretty expensive. I think it's like 30 at the beginning. We do want to capture some of the water, and it does tell you that you should build it relatively close to the water. Not like this. That'd be kind of a bad idea. You could, but I wouldn't do it. So I do need some water. And I want to skip some of those. So we can zoom out. We can see the map here. This is real mountainy. Probably not the best over there. We have unbuildable area here. We can build bridges across like anything from what I found. You can see the different resources on the map. So like copper, there's one right there, right? That's our first kind of resource we'll need. So we are losing quite a bit because we have to build like right on the river like that, but should be fine. We're gonna go to the left with our city. I think we'll probably slap it down. Yeah, let's put it about right there. How about that?
Can't just wander homeless.
Okay.
Let's provide them with cottages.
So I could just fly through this, the tutorial, or not do it, but I figured, it'd be kind of good since this is where everybody else is gonna be picking up. We need to build 10 cottages. And so let's go ahead and we are paused. Let's go ahead and break this down here. You can see we have logs, we have planks, we have rice. There's a lot of different things. We have money, we have science points, faith points, a lot of things we can't deal with right yet. Even though we don't have people, we technically do. We have 20, which I guess comes with their Yemen. Construction, fuel, food, like a whole lot of stuff. What's really cool, we'll get into is the statistics page. But let's just keep building and doing what we're supposed to do right now. So I like to just go ahead and build, you know, all the way around our Yemen. Just gives us roads kind of leading off of it. If you want to, you probably don't even need it. I don't think a lot of things you even have to connect them in this, which we'll go over, unlike other games. Let's give ourselves maybe a little bit of space. I mean, or we could just build right off of it, honestly. Probably not always the best idea, but you know what? And a cool thing about this as well is we can pick up and move buildings. So how big is this? Let's zoom in. I hate how all the buildings are like random sizes. So 1, 2, let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it says 7. You know what? We'll build off a little bit. We'll do an offshoot. How about this? Like that. And then, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll go out at 9. I'm gonna build up that way. And then down that way. So I did play around on the single player and kind of like test things out of how I want to build things. So if, yeah, you know what? We'll leave that one right there. We'll just go ahead with this. So what I'm going to do is put in, going this way, we'll put 1. I'm going to skip down 1 there. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we built that. You can see we have those little spaces right there. And those are there for a reason. That was wrong. That's fine. We can hit X to delete that. And then I'm going to do 1, 2 in the middle, and then 1 right there. Build that back up like that. And then we'll go ahead and go down another more. So each of these is 3. So that's 4 times 3 is 12. So, and each one is 5, so that should be what? 60, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll go ahead and build. And doing the same as we did over there. Now we can actually move these around. I think I will. So let's do our gap right there. It doesn't really matter as long as it's on one side.
With your citizens growing in numbers, you must remember that their needs grow as well.
Okay.
Your responsibility is to fulfill them.
Let's see how much this cost. 70. Okay, so yeah, I was right on that one. So cool thing here, we're still paused. I'm just showing it. We can move these like this. And since we're in normal mode, it actually doesn't cost money. There we go. And I'm leaving those gaps there and this right here for something we're going to unlock a little later. We can go ahead and pause here. Now we can build science. So that's this Inventor's Workshop right here. And these are they're required to have people near them, and the more efficient they'll be. So right now it's probably just a good idea to just... And they have a range, which you can see how it changes things up. Probably a good idea to just try to fill that up right there. Now let's talk housing.
Grain left in the granary.
We're gonna skip this because I'm gonna explain it a lot better than they will. Okay, so your peasant's cottage. Every type of housing has something like this, right? So you have your capacity, which is increased by the things below it. So you automatically have 8 because of the Yamen. All your buildings have to be connected to this. If they don't, like everybody moves out. So some form of a road, doesn't matter the distance, has to be connected to it. Then we'll have a market, shrine, and decorations, which we'll unlock. We'll talk about that soon. And then down here in the happiness, you have rice, market, logs, hemp, or hemp clothes, and salt. And that'll increase the happiness, which then it can increase the amount of taxes you can get without pissing your people off and moving out. It's kind of a fine balance. You can see right now we're actually negative 50 in taxes because of upkeep. You can see we're not generating any taxes. We can upgrade the houses, but it changes everything when you do that. So that's a different kind of mechanic. It's pretty interesting. It's very cool. Now, none of these houses have to be like connected to a granary or anything, or any food or anything. As long as you have it in there, it'll like, it's based off of your generation and then your upkeep. That's all it is. The houses themselves don't actually have to be provided food. So unpause that. Now we're going to start making science eventually. Yay, take our initial
done,
100.
Governor. Your action has brought new knowledge to the city.
So let's look at our technology tree here. Now this is the crux of the whole game, basically, is you have like your peasant, and then you have your craftsman, then you have your scribe, and then you have your elite. And as you move up in tiers, it's all unlocked, you can do more and more things. So most of the things in the peasant area are either for peasants or will support other classes as well. Now we have two things we can unlock right now. We're gonna have the market and the forester. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the market first. Or I could go forester and pay on that one. You know what? We'll yeah, we'll go market because we're gonna get double out of that. Now, as well, everything here has upgrades underneath it. So for the market, you can see we have like improved building range, decreased upkeep cost, and reduced construction cost. Honestly, the construction cost is the only thing that you can just earn more of. It doesn't really matter, but the upkeep and then building range are really good because these supply bonuses to your people. So we can now build that market right here. So remember when we look at our houses, they want the market, they're going to get +5 for capacity, and they're also going to get +8 for happiness. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that right there. Now it has entrance and exits at the ends of it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It doesn't actually have to be connected, but you'll see it has a range.
May fortune favor us, Governor.
So we're going to slap that right there. And that will now provide +5 and +8. So now we can get up to 13 people here.
Excellency, as the city grows, so will hunger. Rice fields are key to feeding your people.
Okay, so now we need food. And the way to do that is right now we have rice. Now, I hate the description on this. It says to build the rice there, and then you'll build the terraces, and then after that you have to do water. But really, it's kind of backwards. So here we have soil fertility, which tells you like how good the soil is. Pretty self-explanatory, right? But you have to also have room for irrigation. So we're gonna have to irrigate. So I like to kind of give myself a room. I know by playing this that you have 80 tiles that you can have for a rice farm, okay? But once again, without playing, it doesn't really, understand that. And next is going to tell you that it wants a granary. It has to be connected to. So we're going to go ahead and build a road. We'll come out like that. And then we will place a granary. I'm actually going to place it over this way because I'm going to have multiple of these. And now it's saying we don't have a rice field. Okay, well, we'll make the rice fields. So I'm going to fill this in down that way. So that's 49 out of 80. And then 75. We can kind of connect it up that way. We lose a little bit of efficiency, but we'll just go up that. Now they need water. Once again, it's kind of backwards. So if you didn't plan this ahead, you'd kind of be standing here going, what? So one way I want to do this is I'm going to go down with it like that. Then the river pump. So now this thing has full irrigation. So each building has
see our work,
upgrades as well. So you have so these upgrades here will go for all buildings. So if you upgrade one of these, they all cost science. It'll upgrade all rice farms you build. And then for here, you can see this one has the same thing, but it also has a building upgrade. If we upgraded this, it's just this building specifically. So two different types of upgrade systems for that. Yeah, we know we can place multiple things. Now we're doing rice.
If we keep this pace,
so I like to upgrade the additional workforce here. It's 40, which we don't have enough. We're going to start getting more as more and more people move in. So, come on, 37. You see, we're still bleeding in taxes.
The land. Yet we
I think we can start now. Okay, so let's talk about taxes. You see there's this happiness meter. As you go, if you go all the way over, you're paying people basically. And then as you move down, it'll say like peasants are moving in rapidly. Peasants are moving in. If you go below 60, they're not happy. But if you go right there, 60 is your thing that you want. And as you increase your happiness by providing food and clothes and everything else, you can charge more in taxes. This thing will go further over, and it's easier to maintain that balance. Once again, the game really doesn't explain that very well to you. And this affects all houses of this type. So, that's not what we want. We'll put in 4 more houses, because we're going to need them anyway. Fill that in.
You won't find better prices anywhere else.
Fills all that in.
Progress means embracing new possibilities.
Okay.
Consider unlocking new technologies.
Well, we're a little ahead of that. If now it would tell us to unlock the market, but we're already, ahead of that. But we have 50, so we could upgrade that, or we could get clothes. We could work on decorations, or we could do the forester. We need all these things. The forester will probably come next. Let's go ahead and grab peasant decorations, because that'll help us with our people here. So we're going to go to the appearance and decorations. And the way I designed this, it'll make sense. So we have like bamboos, ginkgos, and yulans, and then different types of trees. All right, these are all the same cost. They're all 5 range, as you can see, 200 yuan, and 1 plank to build. And these over here have 7 range and 8 range, but they have an upkeep cost, and they're more expensive. I don't need those. I designed my buildings a little differently. This might change in the future, but if you see, if we put one right there, and then we put one right there, all of our houses are covered. We'll do red over here. So we have our red city and our white city. So now we can see that they have +2 capacity.
May the harvest be bountiful.
Thank you. We should quiet. We have +2 now, so we can go up to a maximum of 15. So that helps us with our science as well. You can see it's only 45% productive. This is better at 84, but still not good. So what we're going to do is we can hit the M key and we can move this. I'm trying to get it to where it's like the most houses. Maybe for now we'll put it right there. Put it right there. You can see as we're moving it, you can see the citizens in range 123, and then 123. And that'll just increase as these houses get bigger. We still have to unlock shrines. And then there's the fountain and stuff like that too.
The fields welcome the rain.
I wish we could silence that. Okay, so we just have to keep our rice production going. We have to attract more people, and we need more science. Now we're getting +60, which is a lot better than what we were getting before. So there we go, 40. We're going to upgrade this, and now I can throw an additional 25 peasants at that at 158% production capability. So pretty good. You can see we are generating rice.
It's never enough.
I do love the statistics. This is amazing. So you can see right now we're losing 2.6 logs a minute, and we're not gaining any planks because we don't have that industry yet. And then rice, we're gaining 2.5. So that means our rice is better than what we're using right now. You also have like currencies. You can see here what we're doing, the income, and then the cost. So these are our upkeep costs. You can see our inventor's workshop is 25 a pop, so 50 total. 20. The rice farm is really expensive at 40, and then the market is 25, and you can reduce those with those upgrades that I was talking about. So right now,
city's fast growth, there will come a time for heavenly judgment.
So they're talking about the altar now.
To seek the gods' validation.
Oops.
Governor, the harvest begins thanks to you.
Excellent. So you're not even connected, and it's still like working. So don't worry about trying to build this like unlike other games.
Good rain today means a bountiful harvest tomorrow.
So you can see we're above 60. So we're going to go ahead and bring it, now that we've upgraded, we're going to bring that up. And now we have a positive income of 101. So you really have to watch those. As you upgrade your houses and you get more things, you can change that tax there. But if something slips, you have to lower it before your people get really unhappy. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to our technologies. We can unlock the altar at 150, but we're going to go ahead and do we need these two. The hemp farm is important for clothes and other things later on, but we're going to do the forester first. And with that forester, we're going to start generating wood, of course. Don't really have the greatest spots for it, but we will work on that later. So you can see it goes forester to lumberjacks to sawmill. So these will replant trees, this will chop them down, and then this turns it into planks. Planks are used for making buildings and stuff. The forester is bigger than the lumberjack. You can see as we place it around, you can see the different, how much it'll generate. These will also need a warehouse to it. So we'll put it right there for now. And then we're going to need I want to take away any of that. You see the distance for it. There we go. Put that right there. And then build a road out. I should have just went that way. And then now we need a warehouse, which is going to be in our main tab. Or if you just click on this right here, it's going to tell you can do a warehouse. So now this right here is producing wood. Now we have 240 population and 70 of those are only employed. It's kind of backwards. So technically we have 170 people we can employ. And I like to always increase this additional workforce and then do that. And it helps me definitely keep everybody employed.
Step by step, cart by cart, we keep this city running.
So not every place has that, but the building range is really good. Upkeep costs, you can always reduce those. And it's really good to throw, especially once you're producing a lot more science, to just kind of as much as you can. You'll be limited by your tier. So you kind of want to, once you get a city set up, be limited by what you can do with your tier. I do really wish we could view the god stuff before you have to choose one, because then it goes into a talent tree that you haven't even been able to look at yet. Which I think is kind of stupid. Okay, we'll go ahead and pause here. Let's take a look at our science tree again. So we need the altar, which will unlock shrines, and we need the hemp farm, which will unlock clothes. The hemp farm into clothes will give us more money in taxes because it'll be happiness. And then the altar will unlock that as well. So we need two things here. So we'll go ahead and grab the altar first. And then over here is we'll get to the shrine. But now it's going to introduce the gods. Once we build it, I think. Here we go. Yeah, I don't really have a good place for it. We'll pop it right here for now.
Choose your godly patron.
So you can't, they have their own talent trees that you can't even see, which is something I don't like. Because it should give you an example of their talent trees, not just the benefits that they provide themselves. Because by choosing them, you get like 40% cheaper. And also, not all the trees are the same, which I'll go over when we can look at it. So this one here, it just says that, you know, production buildings of the same type next to each other increase each other's efficiency. Okay.
I'm gonna take care of you.
Nua, households of social classes with 3 immediate neighbors have 2 more capacity, which is good, because you can fit more with less. And then Wukong.
There is only one correct choice.
Which is building the same production chain next to each other. You don't have to use a warehouse, which is pretty cool, but not really too bad because warehouses increases your amount of things you can be stored. It's like a global warehouse. So honestly, well,
there is only one.
So while that's pretty cool, you still want warehouses to store the final product. So I don't really know. I kind of go between these two, honestly, even though his tree is really good and it's cheaper.
I'm gonna take care of you.
We'll go ahead and go Nua. Awesome. Little black and white, you know, action there.
Place shrines and gather followers to protect your city from nasty demonic.
So let's see how much the shrine is. 100
creatures.
So we will have the Yogwai that'll come through, and it's basically just like, let's kind of rotate to back where we're looking at. They're basically a cloud that'll go through your city and destroy anything that's not protected by a shrine. But you're not going to see them for a little bit, and we still have to unlock the shrine. Okay, so now we're producing. Let's take a look at our statistics. Now we are producing 7.4 logs compared to what we're using, which is great, because we'll be needing those a lot more during the winter. Planks are used for building. We still have 67. but we'll be able to throw down something over here to do that. So, building shrines, yep, which are going to be super easy to do. We just basically wait, and we get an 82 a minute, I guess. So, definitely working pretty good. Now, people will be clothed. Okay, so we're going to have to hold off on our shrine. So, we have 15 minutes to provide people with clothes, because everybody's wearing rags. So, we get a mission now. So, but we can't actually make clothes. So, let's go over here and unlock the hemp farm. And we need 100 to unlock that. So, let's just get started with the hemp farm. And we're going to do the additional workforce. So, the hemp farms are smaller than your rice farms. They're only 50 compared to that one's 80. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this over. And then I'm going to go ahead and run my water. I guess like that along the way would be okay. I'll save this area here for how many? Well, you know what? We'll probably just throw in a hemp farm. Call it good. Rice farm, hemp close. Okay, hemp farm. So, go in. I'm going to go in a little closer. And then, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do this. Okay, so I do actually need to bring it back a little bit more. So, let's move that. And then that. Okay, that's acceptable. Now, it's saying we need... road access we'll do. Why not? We'll do over here. And then we need to throw down. It needs a warehouse. Let's throw extra peasants at it, like we like to do. And then they'll bring it to here.
A busy warehouse means a growing city.
So we still have 94. Let's see. Okay, waiting on that to climb back up. We need 100 for clothes. That'll give us that unlocked there, and then the shrine as well. That'll give us +2 capacity, so for 17, and we'll be stuck there until we get the spring. Let's go ahead and increase that a little bit, so our money goes up, everything goes up quicker. We are still earning taxes. We're still at dead 60, so when we unlock clothes, we'll be able to increase taxes again. There we go, 100. Hemp clothes. Excellent. Can't do that one yet. We need 40. But now at least we can go ahead and... it's weird that it's over here. But hemp clothes, Taylor. We'll build that right here. Just one for now. We'll definitely make our city fine. And we're going to start generating clothes. But now you can see we're at negative in taxes.
We work with care.
Go ahead and increase that. Increase the labor on it. Down to 34 peasants. Excellent. But we're starting to produce clothes.
Your people are happy to live here and want to support.
So now it's
city.
+20 because we're providing enough.
Increasing taxes.
Yep. So now that jumped up all the way up to 90. That's huge because now they actually have clothes. So now we're earning 203 a minute. And now that we can...
Days are hot, but a cool breeze at night brings
as soon as we unlock
relief.
shrines, we'll reach the max, which is we just did. Let's jump back over and go to shrine. Now these just have an upkeep cost. They don't do any labor or anything. So now we have shrines. We're going to take the shrine and we're going to put it right there in the middle. Which you can see it has everybody there. And then it is maximum productivity and it's generating 25 a minute. Now that we can do that, we can go look at the God's Island. We should be able to look at this, devs. We should be able to look at this before we choose our god. So we'll start with the one we chose.
You're back in the Celestial Garden.
So, and I don't like how like his are 100 and 100. Wukong's are, the starting one is 100 and 400. And then you get to Nuwa with the 40% reduction, it's 300 and 300. That's just wrong. But, and it's kind of ambiguous. Increases coin income per minute by 1% of the surplus above 50,000 coins. So you're saying if I have above 50,000 coins, it's going to generate 1% per minute? Like, I don't really understand that. So, okay, if I have 500,000 coins, I'll generate... Like, that's kind of weird. So, like, this one up here, science, is the same thing. 1% for every surplus above 10,000 points? Like, that is, that's a bit kind of... What? These are good over here, though. Fuel consumption during winter is down. Miracle of heat, just fuel consumption, period. I think these should be reversed, maybe. I don't know. But they have their capstones. Final wish. So you can make perfume instead of importing it. Ao Guang is the same. He has gold bars instead of importing it. So chance of fire is down. Buildings on fire. Lightning immediately stops fires. Craftsman happiness. He has a bunch of happiness stuff. Productivity during the rain. River pump and canal. That's kind of meh. You can just build more of those because I don't think they have an upkeep cost. Increases max size of fields, which is really good. You know, his is good. It's about farming over here. And then Wukong has a capstone of soy sauce. But Sacred Demons, less chance of demons. Happiness for everybody, which is good because then you can charge more taxes. Happiness again, more taxes. Wall enclosures, etc. And then over here, household from market. Happiness. So I think Wukong is really good. It's just kind of weird that it's, you know, meh, whatever kind of thing. So we have the full 200 now and the full 200, as you can see. And we are increasing that. So our upkeep is 25, 60 right there. All right, let's take a look here. The Renovator's Workshop is only needed when you get destroyed by demons, basically. If anything gets destroyed by demons. But since we're 100% protected by shrines, not really an issue. That's the market. Okay, we're gonna hit building upkeep. So now we need 200 peasants and I'm sorry, 300 peasants. So we only need 4 more people. So we should hit that pretty soon. But we could upgrade other things as well. I don't think so. Yeah, we could upgrade those better. Let's take a look at which we only have 66 people. So, we have 1 hemp farm, we have our 1 rice farm. I would like more rice. It is quite expensive at 40 tax, so let's go here. We're gonna hit R to rotate that. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the farms like so. Okay. See, now this isn't that right. That one little terrace right there isn't done. So we'll put in a river
pump. The wood supply weakens. Logs must be divided wisely. Some for warmth, some for building.
There we go. All that for that one little spot there. I don't fully understand how to game that system. But okay, it's saying our planks are going down. Let's check our statistics here. Our logs are good. We'll need another one. Rice is going to be better. Okay. We're doing plenty enough clothes. So let's go ahead and put in... Let's go over here and go to Forester. Because come winter, we're going to burn through these really quick. See if we can get another good spot. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go, 76. And now when I build the road, I want to try not to... You see those green lines are the trees. Make sure I don't hit any trees by accident.
Work.
We're going to increase that workforce. Okay. And then finally we will put in a...
There aren't enough peasants to work in this building.
So we're 19 short. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to copy this over. I am going to temporarily move this right there. And then
your
hit
city
X.
grows in knowledge. Consider spending your science points.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Forgot we're on sped up version right now. So we're just still short of that. So let's go ahead and increase some of these. So like our shrines, these are expensive. Let's go ahead and decrease those costs. The market, we can do the same and increase the range. We're going to need that range later. And then same with the forester. We'll just throw the first one of these are all pretty cheap. Okay.
Well done, Governor. Our timber reserves grow steadily.
Good. So it's 6 in the middle. So we're gonna go. These are 5 of 30, so we'll go 35. Pretty sure I didn't mess that up. Looks good. And then bring this all the way down and over. And across. And you can see
find better prices anywhere else.
That's still connecting everything. We'll go ahead and leave the market as it is for now. I guess we can move it over. We'll definitely have to expand that way if we want to, but let's go ahead and do our same here. We'll do one right there. Now we need to put another shrine in. It goes right in the middle. Excellent. And then we need our trees. So we'll go with the Yulon Pinks for this one. And then we're complete. You can see here, we are, let's go ahead and hit spiritual buildings. You can see we're covered. And then decorations, we're covered completely. That's about the most compact and everything I can make it. We're going to put something else in here when we unlock it. But yeah, we have all of that. This one right here, the key tower. Okay, and then, yeah, that should be everything for that.
When the nights grow cooler, our family...
My child, it's about time.
Okay.
You should place offerings on the altar, so the heavens will judge if your city progresses in the right direction. Once the marvelous sacred building called the Monument appears in the prepared place, it means you're doing great and can proceed further.
And it cuts out again. Okay. So we need to build the temple once we unlock it. Oops. So we go over here. Now we got salt, which is good. We can unlock the key tower, which we can unlock at 300. And then the Weeping Fountain, which is going to increase... it'll increase the capacity for peasants' cottages. So we already have the altar unlocked. We already placed that down there. But we need more science to do anything else with all that other stuff. But these should... we have 140 vacancies. There we go. That's ticking in. We could speed it up by lowering taxes, but it's fine. We just have to wait a little longer. But we are definitely generating a good amount of everything. There we go. Back in the positives again. All right. It's flashing the God's Island to tell us to come up here and spend money, I guess.
Welcome, my
Still
child.
can't buy anything for here. Ridiculous. 300. So, yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. Looking at Wukong, we could buy demons, which is not really important. That's 400.
Fear not.
Production in rain and fire chance, so we're gonna leave it as it is for now. But yeah, I think those trees need some work by the devs. We got a little panda that's just crawling on his butt. Now, one thing I didn't say that's pretty cool is you can actually like go to first person. You can be inside your building. You can come out. You can even jump. You can walk around. Come over here. So this is the market. Like the market street where we built everything here. These are our houses. You can actually walk through them. You know, we have all this stuff over there. So this is a pretty cool feature. Like, here's our shrines. It tells you in the corner, like, oh, that's your shrine. But it's pretty cool. Not really needed, but definitely interesting. We're walking around over here.
Yogwai are coming to our village. Religious buildings placed in the vicinity of houses can effectively scare those demonic creatures away.
So the Yogwai are trying right here.
Winter is 1 month away. We must gather firewood.
And they're trying.
Fill our granaries.
But they can't really do anything. So we could build more of these, but once again, it's the upkeep. So I'm trying to get money, so it's kind of a fine balancing act of like earning money, then also having more science and stuff. So like I'd probably want to build these more than the God's blessings. I don't know. But anyway, they're just cruising across and they can't do anything because we're protected by shrines. We do have enough room, we could just throw another one in there. We have the key fountain, which we're going to put in there, and then you can just throw another shrine in there. So just remember the upkeep cost is 20 per.